Okay, so this is Woman's World, April 5th, 2021. It's finally Easter joy time. Pioneer woman Ree Drummond's recipes. And what's nice about it is there's so many nice articles in here that I want to share with you. But first, as always, there's Fill Your Week with Smiles. So let's start with, did you know that April 4th through April 10th is National Library Week? So explore and learn at your national library. Okay. And now we move on to April 4th, which is Easter. So celebrate Easter. And they have making these mini Easter wreaths, which look so delicious if you like a lot of bread. But if you're on a very strict diet, then don't make them. Okay. We have April 8th. It's Zoo Lovers Day. Admire nature. It says there are plenty of ways to celebrate the holiday, says Joey Powell of the Dickerson Park Zoo in Springfield, Missouri. The zoo is a great place to get outside and connect with nature, and it offers lots of space to social distance. Prefer to see the animals from the comfort of your home? Powell suggests checking out social media accounts of your favorite zoo, where you'll find cute photographs and videos and trivia, keeper chats, or interviews with zookeepers. You might even find your zoo offers Easter activities like Dickerson's extravaganza. One year we made a giant bunny peep and filled it with treats for the cougars, says Powell. Visit aza.org to find a zoo near you to opt for one far away or a virtual visit. On Friday, April 9th, it's a day Dawn does not celebrate. It's called National Gin and Tonic Day. And on April 10th, it is National Hug Your Dog Day. You score cuddle with your dog. And let's see. Here's the riddle of the week. Get crackin'. I can only be used after I am broken. What am I? Now, while you think on that, let me read here. It says, I dyed my hair for Easter. And this woman's got her hair colored many different colors, like a colored Easter egg when you dye your Easter eggs. And the woman's just staring at the other woman's hair. Question, what kind of jewelry does the Easter bunny wear? Well, 14 karat gold, of course. Okay, and they have this cleaning lady. It looks like this other woman is trying to return to her desk. It says, I like to return to a clean desk on Mondays. And she's cleaning off her desk with a broom, and the other woman's just watching and mystified at that. Okay, now did you think about this riddle? I can only be used after I am broken. What am I? The answer? An egg. Well, of course it's an egg. Okay. Now, I always like to share upbeat and inspirational things. Hopefully it gets you wanting to do something nice. This is out of The Power of Love. Never give up on hope. Things always get better. When Amber and Brad Dugas fell on hard times, they had to rely on a food pantry to feed their family. But once they were on their feet, the couple made it their mission to pay it forward to offer others struggling to eat. Tears blurred Amber Dog's sight as she bent over to gather the cans and boxes that had spilled from the plastic bags she carried out to the food pantry, hoping no one she knew would see her. Amber had grown up in a middle-class home in Manawak, Wisconsin, and had never known food insecurity. But in high school, she'd fallen in love with the wrong crowd, and a series of bad decisions led her to her parents kicking her out of the house soon after Amber graduated in 1998. Amber had dreamed of going to the cosmetology school, but once out on her own with the jobs she could get, she could barely pay for food and rent, much less tuition. She'd been relieved when an old friend, Brad, whom she once given her lunch money to because he had no food, reached out and offered her his couch to sleep on. But Brad hadn't been in much better shape financially. When things got so tight for the pair, who eventually fell in love and got married, Amber visited a local food pantry. This is not how I wanted my life to be, Amber thought sadly as she gathered her spilled groceries. Just then a man rushed over to help her, offering to lend her his metal pushcart to get her items home. Gladly she accepted, touched by his compassion. When I get back on my feet, I won't forget any of this, she vowed. An idea takes root. For the next few years, Amber and Brad continued to struggle to make ends meet. Then in 2005, the manager at the restaurant where Amber worked as a cashier quit without notice, and she was promoted to his job. Brad, too, soon got a better paying job, and the couple was finally able to build a good life for themselves. But Amber never forgot about those days of struggle. In 2010, with the country in recession, Amber attended a community meeting and heard a man speak about the power of growing your own food. Instantly, thoughts flooded the back of her visit to the food pantry years earlier, where Amber had been dismayed to find mostly canned food. Fresh options included a heavily bruised apple, a moldy orange, and a browning head of lettuce. It's not right. Excuse me. Excuse me. People need to be able to get fresh food for their families, she thought. And by the end of the meeting, the idea for Grow It Forward, growitforward.org, a nonprofit to provide people in need with dignified access to fresh produce, took root in Amber's mind and heart. Seeds of hope. Amber began networking with community leaders, and to her joy, one by one, they were on board. The city of Manawoc even granted her her use of the large vacant lot for the community garden. The day they broke ground, dozens of volunteers showed up to help. In one day, they planted 50 raised plots to grow tomatoes, carrots, and green beans, and 27 fruit trees. Seeing the excitement in her neighbors' eyes, Amber realized we're not just growing food, we're growing hope. From there, Grow It Forward continued to blossom. Amber established a relationship with the area farmers and produce companies, along with her own crops, started a community food pantry at a local church. It was a godsend to many and became even more of a lifeline when the pandemic hit in 2020. With funding from the federal government in partnership with Feeding America, the nonprofit served 250 families in April, 600 in May, and 900 in June, 1,200 in July. In October 2020, the makeshift pantry served 1,056 families. We didn't know where to begin. We read a note from the couple who had lost their jobs and their 3 teens. It's good to see so many people in the community willing to help out. Another family didn't know how to help their veteran father, who was afraid to leave the house because of the coronavirus. Grow It Forward was able to safely bring him food to keep his cupboards full. Amber has big plans in 2021, including a commercial kitchen with actual chefs to create healthy meals for families in need, along with offering cooking classes and helping holiday meals like Easter dinner. We help people in the moment, but we also want to teach them to take care of themselves for life, says Amber. We want them to know, don't lose hope. Things will get better. The author, Patty Zarling. And that's just a wonderful thing to do, to see that people are willing to help others in need. Excuse me a minute. My nose. Okay. Now, 3 easy ways to sow seeds of love. 1. Share a compliment. To the brain, receiving a compliment is as much as a reward as receiving money, says Noro Sadato, a professor at National Institute of Psychological Sciences in Japan. In fact, research confirms that the same area of the brain is activated when a person gets a compliment or cash. For a free, easy way to give a stranger a boost, leave a note on their car or tape it to the front of their door to spread a smile. Number 2. Be kind in line. Letting someone jump ahead of you in line increases your joy and theirs, says kindness expert Yvonne Thomas, PhD. Small gestures make big impacts because people often are in a hurry that they don't see the whole picture, Thomas explains. To boot, finding small everyday occasions to do a little good increases your sensitivity to the world and all the good you do around you. 3. Thank a public servant. Take a sweet treat, write "You're too sweet" on a batch of brownies or "You're a star" on a package of Starbursts, then give it to a postal office worker or to your trash collector. Telling public servants how they helped you is impactful, Thomas says, and a small token of gratitude creates a ripple effect of love. And I try to do that very often. Okay. Natural ways to feel great. Now we're going to start over here. with this week's radical health tip. It's easy, free way to banish aches and pains for good. Kick off your shoes and sink into your toes into spring grass. It's more than just a mood lifter. When we touch the earth with our skin, we absorb, quote, free electrons, end quote, which neutralize harmful free radicals in the body. Free radicals that go unchecked trigger the body-wide inflammation and pain, but in one study, being in contact with the earth for 30 minutes a day reduced pain by 50% in 6 days. Still too cold to go barefoot? Just wear leather-soled shoes, and which conduct free electrons nearly as well as skin, courtesy of Ann Louise Gittleman, Ph.D. For more cutting-edge tips on the insider information, visit annlouise.com. Okay. Ward off COVID with allergy cures. Now, at this point, I have allergies going on. It's spring, and spring has sprung in my allergies. That's for sure. Okay, wouldn't it be great if there were ways to ease bothersome symptoms of spring allergies that also boosted your protection against COVID? Turns out there are, and they're just very easy. Just take Nature's Allegra. Apple and onions brim with a quercetin nutrient that curbs symptom-triggering histamine by 96%. Now, Turkish scientists are studying quercetin supplements to prevent COVID. That's why Fred Pescor, MD, recommends it to an allergy patient and also part of his COVID protection plan. It acts as an antiviral and reduces inflammation, he says. That's the key, since inflammation is one way COVID does its damage. He advises 500 milligrams twice daily. One to try, Life Extension Optimized Quercetin, lifeextension.com/ww. Note, talk to a doctor before supplementing. Try a saline spritz. Now, saline nasal sprays thin mucus so it's easier to clear, whisking away trapped allergens with it. That's why a UK study found that the sprays ease allergy symptoms by 44%. Plus, they may help combat COVID, notes immunologist Nancy Kilmus, MD. They work a lot like hand washing but nasal tissues. She advises using a saline spray four times a day after being out and about. Sip a floral tea. Fruity floral oolong tea has compounds that boost the function of regulatory T cells, which tamp down the body's allergic response, notes Leo Gallad, MD, author of The Allergy Solution. He suggests enjoying up to 5 cups daily, and that strategy could also protect against COVID by activating the virus in the mouth and the GI tract, says the Japanese scientists. Their laboratory study found exposing COVID samples to oolong tea reduced the virus infectivity by 65%. Don a pair of glasses. Eyeglasses act like a physical shield to protect your peepers from allergens, reducing sneezing and itchy eyes by 68%. A study in the International Forum of Allergy and Rhinology found, and since the eyes are an entryway for COVID, glasses protect against the infection too. In a Chinese study, hospitalization rates for COVID were 82% lower in folks who wore glasses than those who didn't. Experts say prescription specs, OTC readers, or sunglasses all provide the benefit. Melissa Gothard is the author. Bye-bye spring headaches. Now this sounds interesting right here. As happy as we are to leave winter behind, a sudden shift in the weather can trigger bothersome headaches. Thankfully, these tweaks can cure pain. No prescription required. Migraine, look for lavender. Scientists pinpointed one reason headaches increase with the change of the season is spring cleaning. Certain artificial fragrances and cleaning products are common migraine triggers, says Jeffrey Landsman, MD of Mercy Personal Physicians. In fact, they spark headaches for 70% of migraine sufferers and can linger in our homes for up to weeks. Instead, pick products made with lavender or add 2 drops of lavender essential oil to an unscented cleaning product. Research in European neurology found that scent calmed overactive nerve cells and relieved migraines in 71% of folks for 15 minutes. Tension headache? Yes, all the time. Rub here. This past year has been challenging for everyone, so it's no wonder we're all feeling a little rattled. And as it turns out, chronic stress has triggered an epidemic of nightmare teeth clenching, aka bruxism, according to the new report from the American Dental Association. What's more, grinding your teeth at night puts 1,700 more force on your jaw than regular chewing, leading to the next day tension headache. To quell the ache, circle a knuckle along the back of your jawline, back to your chin for 60 seconds before bed. Doing this so helps break the headache effects, says Dr. Landsman, since working out tension in the jaw slashes the likelihood that you'll grind your teeth at night. Repeat headache. Sip this. Do headaches keep coming back even after you reach for the pain relievers? In a surprising twist, blame may lie with them. Rebound headaches occur when the medication used to treat the headache pain wears off and causes a new headache, says Dr. Landsman. One fix, sipping ginger tea. Scientists found that 500 milligrams of the spice, just 1/8 teaspoon, eased pain on par with Aleve, without the risk of rebound headache. K.E. Klusnick. Smart ways to protect your pancreas. Now, seeing beloved Jeopardy host Alex Trebek battle pancreatic cancer reminds us how important it is to keep this organ healthy. The pancreas creates enzymes that break down the food and absorb the nutrients. Plus, it releases hormones that steady the blood sugar, control your appetite, and keep up your stamina. It also is to give you a little TLC. Okay, now, here's a trick to quitting smoking. Quitting smoking cuts your pancreatic cancer risk by 67%. And since nicotine isn't the culprit, tar and other compounds are, using nicotine replacement products like patches or gum offer the same protection as going cold turkey. Never smoked? Thank you very much. Relax on the patio. Spending 20 minutes outdoors daily, sans sunscreen, reduces pancreatic cancer risk by as much as 40%, suggests the research in cancer epidemiology. Explains study co-author Dave Whitman, PhD. UV light exposure prompts your skin to release the vitamin D3, and a nutrient that encourages pancreatic cells to grow and divide normally. Tip: taking 2,000 of IU vitamin D3 daily can provide the same peace of mind. Check with a doctor before supplementing. Sip a Bloody Mary. Nope, I just don't do that, but tomatoes are rich in lipocene, and a nutrient that halts the growth of precancerous cells in the pancreas. Cooking helps breaks down the tomato cells, increasing lycopene absorption by up to 50%. No wonder the research in the Journal of Nutrition suggests enjoying a cup of tomato juice, sauce, or other cooked tomato products daily cuts pancreatic cancer risk up to 42%. Savor stew. Opting for slow roasted stew or braised ribs over charred dishes lower your pancreatic cancer risk by 38%. The University of Minnesota scientists say, when meat is blackened, chemicals that boost cancer risk are formed, adds Heather Ward, MD. Red meat doesn't just raise your risk, so you can get this protection just by cooking at lower temperatures. Do this before bed. Those 2 minutes you spent brushing and flossing your teeth reduces the risk of pancreatic cancer by 35%. Harvard scientists say dental care sweeps away harmful mouth bacteria before they can spread through your bloodstream and damage your pancreas. Brenda Kearns. Okay. Staying young. We'll do that one. I'm not going to read the other one because we're just not going to do it. So we're going to read the second article. 10 years younger with the Easter's Bounty. Easter eggs, surprise. Every part of the fridge staple can turn back the clock. The yolks smooth the skin. Now, hydrating fatty acids in the egg yolks bind the water to the skin's surface, infusing it with moisture that quote-unquote fills in lines to do a wrinkle-free complexion. To do, whisk 1 egg yolk in a bowl and apply it to the wrinkles with a cotton ball and rinse off after 15 minutes. Now the whites, slim the chin. Egg whites, protein albumin, tightens the puffy skin around the jaw, while the amino acids boosts the collagen and elastin production so skin appears tauter. To do, beat 1 egg and sweep along the jawline using a cotton round and rinse after 10 minutes. The shells add luster. Now ground eggshell, remove dead dry skin shells, plus calcium in the shells, stimulate the new cell growth to brighten your skin. To do, pulverize 2 eggshells in a blender. Then mix with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, massage onto your skin for 1 minute, and rinse. Okay. Like I said, this one is full of good stuff, and I want you to pick this magazine up, read it for yourself, because you're going to be in shock of how many good articles there are. Health news. Let spring make you healthy. Hooray! For warm breezes, pretty blooms, sunny days, even better, all the spring things that you love can supercharge your vitality. Spring blooms send stamina soaring. Another reason to admire the daffodils in your garden or set a vase of tulips on your kitchen counter. Gazing at colorful blooms for just 2 minutes twice daily triggers the release of the revitalization beta brain waves, according to British researchers, increasing your energy by up to 35%. Sharpen your memory by puttering in the garden. Now, whether you're planting seeds for the summer, vegetables, or dividing your perennials, getting your hands dirty in garden keeps your mind sharp. Now, turns out enjoying just 5 minutes of this favorite warm weather activity daily boosts your focus and mental pep by 54% in 4 days. Breathing in a healthy prebiotic found in soil, which is Mycobacterium vaccae, stimulates the brain's memory, enhancing frontal lobes. The bonus, soil's earthy scent has been shown to tame tiredness. Or you could sip sangria. Now, I don't do that, so we're going to skip that. Reverse aging by visiting the market. Stopping by your local farmer's market provides more than a healthy bounty. Admiring stalls filled with spring fresh fruit and vegetables help you feel 55% younger day to day, plus cut your risk of chronic illness by 46%. According to the Swedish investigators, the reason is combining a stroll with the mental stimulation of choosing what to buy keeps your central nervous system energized, engaged, and your immune cells are in tip-top shape. Or you can take a hike. Now that the weather is finally warming up, it's perfect time to enjoy a nature walk or a leisurely hike at the nearby park. Spending time in the great outdoors packs a 1-2 punch when it comes to boosting longevity. A study in environmental research found that the combination of surrounding yourself with stress-busting greenery and easy exercise make you significantly more likely to stay healthy well into your golden years. Invite more joy by watching the rain. Yes, spring showers bring much more flowers. Turns out relaxing on your front porch during a rainstorm or heading out for a stroll after the clouds clear can brighten your outlook by 50%. That's the word from Columbia University scientists who found that when the negative air ions produced by rain are absorbed by the body, they prompt the production of mood-boosting hormone serotonin. Or you could greet the sun, enjoying your morning cuppa by a window or taking Rover a post-breakfast stroll wards off the blues. A study in JAMA Psychiatry found that an AM dose of the sun works like antidepressants to reset your body clock and rebalance your mood, setting up you for smiles. Now you can boost your immunity with a bowl of berries. Tossing berries in your cereal or sipping a blueberry smoothie keeps viruses at bay. A study in Advances in Nutrition reveals a cup of berries is packed with enough plant compounds called flavonoids to energize virus-fighting immune cells, reducing the risk of viral infections by 33% and helping you bounce back by 40% if you fall ill. Now, you could swing or sway. Now, Stanford scientists say like rocking on a porch, swing for 5 minutes a day lessens immunity, zapping stress hormones, reducing the risk of illness by much as 45%. Quiet worries by critter spotting. When tension creeps up, simply peek outside to look for birds, chipmunks, or even rabbits. German scientists say that gazing at animals in their natural habitat for 5 minutes helps you feel 65% more relaxed. Critter spotting activities, the parasympathetic nervous system, gently lowering the heart rate and fostering a sense of tranquility. Or you could eat a cupcake. That's right, that's another thing to quiet your worry. Scientists at Loma Linda University in California say that savoring a dark chocolate treat tamps down stress thanks to cocoa's antioxidants that fight tension, triggering oxidative stress. I don't know about a cupcake, but I'll tell you this much. You eat a piece of Dove dark chocolate and that just calms you down like no tomorrow. It's like that old nanny show where Fran Drescher plays the nanny and she takes a piece of chocolate and she rubs it under her nose and she goes, and I'm back. Yeah, that's how I am with Dove chocolate. It's like rub it under my nose first so I get that deep smell, and then it's like, and I'm back. Okay. And since we're on the topic of quieting those worries, the next one that I have marked is Ask America's Ultimate Experts. Help. I just can't relax. It's Sunday afternoon and you want to unwind, but your mind keeps worrying with worries. And here's the experts sharing their easy ways to quiet down so you can enjoy your downtime that you deserve. Find your calm. Picture happy, because we live in a go, go, go culture. The hyped up feeling spurred by a steady flow of adrenaline can become our new quote unquote normal, reveals psychiatrist Ludmila Defaria, MD. A simple trick to outsmart the adrenaline tolerance is to call your mind positive memories. Pulling out this mental photo album causes your brain to release joy boosting serotonin and dopamine, she says. Replacing the undertow of the adrenaline with the soothing hormones makes it easier for you to unwind. Let it rain. To get the root of an anxiety spiral, try out RAIN. Recognize, allow, investigate, nurture, advises mindfulness expert Tara Branch, PhD. By the first recognizing that you're anxious and then allowing for it, you are giving the power to change, she encourages. Then investigate by asking yourself why you're stressed. Your answer will give you clarity, so you can either resolve it or let it go for now. Finally, put your hand on your heart and send a nurturing message. Thank you, anxiety, for trying to protect me, but I'm good now, says Branch. This combination of mindfulness and self-compassion eases the emotions preventing us from relaxing. Melt weekly worries. With Monday looming, it's easy to become consumed by worries about the week ahead, says psychologist Seth J. Gillihan, PhD. Make a list of everything on your mind, he urges. It's especially helpful to assign a day onto each task. Email my sister about my daughter's birthday Monday. Make my doctor's appointment Tuesday. This puts to rest the persistent question, when will I find time to do this? Allowing your mind to finally relax on your Sunday. Lift your spirits. Breathe in joy. One of the best ways to invite joy is simply to breathe. The art of pausing is a sacred act, says Branch. Stopping to focus on our breath brings us into presence with our spirit. Simply close your eyes and feel your inhale coming into your chest and your belly. Then exhale slowly, intentionally letting go. You may feel anxious at first, but stay with it. Over time, your breath will connect to your innate presence, helping you discover a greater capacity to feel wonder. Savor the moment. When we're finally in the quote-unquote now, worries about the past and the future disappear, explains Gillihan. To bring yourself into the present, just take in your surroundings. Note the couch, the clock, the tree outside. Listen to the wind chimes on the front porch. Feel your body sink into your chair. When we invite our mind as present as our body, Gillihan says, we have a sense of coming home to a place of joy that lets us relax. Get creative. Every form of creative expression, from drawing to photography, boosts our mood. Branch explains or describes this experience as a remembering. Remembering our spirit gives us a refuge of peace and well-being, allowing us to step out of worry and into a larger sense of awareness, beauty, and peace. The expert panel was Ludmila Defaria, MD and associate professor at the University of Florida, chairs the American Psychiatric Association Committee on Women's Mental Health. Tara Branch, the PhD, author of The Radical Compassion, is a world-renowned mindfulness and meditation teacher. Learn more at tarabranch.com. And Seth J. Gillihan, PhD, author of the CBT deck for anxiety, rumination, and worry, is the host of Think, Act, Be podcast. More at SethGillihan.com. And we're going to our funny cartoon right now. It's got a door that's open, and on the side it says Easter eggs. We see a hen with a bunch of eggs, and she's holding one egg, and a turtle is standing behind her, quite confused. It says, I provide the canvas. So that's kind of cute. So she's giving the eggs to the open door, if you will. Okay, moving forward here. A moment for you. Happiness is a choice you get to make every day. Something wonderful happens when you let yourself see all the good in you and all the good you do. You start to see what others already see and what is absolutely true. You're incredible, indispensable, and destined to live a joyful life because you're you. And yes, we're going to read the 5-minute romance because it's about Easter, and by golly, we need some happy romance during the holiday, even if we don't have any in our lives. So this is called The Good Egg. Dory and her best friend Jack are searching for treasure at the annual Easter egg hunt, but what they find surprises them both. A chance for love. Dory's 8-year-old twin nephews bickered in the back seat over the best jelly bean flavor all the way to the park. She sighed as she parked, herding them toward a crowd already gathered for the annual Easter egg hunt. Within seconds, Maddie stomped in the puddle, splatting Mikey and his jacket. Mikey retaliated with a rapid-fire foot splash of his own. Dory pulled them apart just as her cell phone buzzed with a text message. "Look to your left, Dodo. I'm over near the apple tree." Thank goodness he was already there. Reliable Jack. Always saving the day. Dory turned and laughed out loud. "There he is," she pointed across the park to her best friend who, with white fuzzy rabbit ears on his head, waved wildly, hopping in a giant-like Easter bunny. "Jack," the boys shouted, trotting toward him with their baskets. They really did love him. Her whole family did. And like spring daffodils blooming, Dory did too. Recently discovered new feelings blooming for Jack, but not just friendly love anymore. Maybe we can be more than friends kind of love. But she wasn't about to make a move. For one thing, she wasn't sure he'd gotten the memo. And she and Jack had a history built on years of teasing and shoulder crying, mainly his shoulder and her crying. Jack greeted Dory with a grin and an even bigger hug. She relaxed as soon as his strong arms encircled her. Then he held her at arm's length, wiggled his eyebrows, and dipped into his pocket. "These are for you." He handed her pink bunny ears. She put them on, of course. "Now we're talking." His blue eyes flashed in emerging sunshine. He turned to the boys. "Are you fellas ready to hunt for some Easter eggs?" Maddie and Mikey chanted, "Treasure, treasure," jumping up and down as Jack joined in. A whistle signaled the start, and the Easter egg hunt launched a sea of pastel-clad kids scurrying across the park. Jack and Dory followed as the twins peeked underneath the rocks behind the trees, squealing each time they found or dropped an egg into their basket. Soon as they collected several rainbow-colored filled with candy, toys, coupons for free pizza or donuts, and when an argument broke over a shiny blue egg the twins unearthed together, Jack sneakily produced another one from his pocket and then hid it underneath some nearby leaves. He nudged Mikey and tipped his head toward the pile. Mikey happily gave up the fight to find the new find. "As a former Boy Scout, I'm always prepared," he told Dory. That was Jack. He was what Dory's mother called a, quote, "a good egg," end quote. Trustworthy, dependable, he was the guy that always answered the phone at 2 a.m. when you had a broken heart, needed someone, the guy who would save the day when you got a flat tire, or who would crawl under your porch to rescue a stray kitten or play marathon games of Monopoly on a rainy Saturday while you were babysitting. But to Dory, he was more than that now, and maybe she'd tell him someday when the time was right. Jack gazed at her. "You all right, Dodo?" She realized she'd been staring at him, admiring him really. "Yeah, I'm good." "Did you take your allergy meds? Because you seemed a bit dazed." And he laughed. "Just enjoying the sunshine." Dory spun around with her arms out. Her whole demeanor changed when she was with him. A calmness spread over her. "You're coming to my sister's for Easter dinner, right?" The boys cheered. "You are right. I wouldn't want to disappoint my fan club," Jack grinned. They walked to the parking lot as soon as the boys piled back in Dory's car. It was her turn to notice Jack staring. "Look, another egg," he said, pointing to Dory's front tire. She bent to retrieve it, a sparkling golden egg that she held up to the sun. "Pop it open," he said, and cleared his throat. Inside, a fluffy yellow bird held a note. She read, "Be my chick, for real." Her heart skipped a beat. I know. I promise never to call you a chick again," he laughed. "Oh, Jack," she threw her arms around his neck. "Are you sure? I mean, I think you're the best." "Dory," he looked straight at her, and his eye... I'll get this in a minute. I'm tongue-tied. It's so good. "Dory," he looked her straight in the eyes. "You mean everything to me. Just getting to be with you, to call you my best friend, was enough. But He stopped, grabbing her heart. "I'm in love with you. Dory, be mine." Dory nodded, her heart soaring as he picked her up and spun her around in the sunshine together. Mary Ann Joyce. What a nice story. It never happens in real life, but what a nice story. Okay, your horoscope for the week of Sunday, April 4th to Saturday, April 10th by Marissa Brown. And here we go. If you're an Aries, that's March 21st through April 19th. If you've been struggling to find the root of an ongoing issue, you're going to gain understanding on the 4th. Tackle it head on for healing. On the 9th, it may be tough to express your emotions. Journalizing it will bolster centeredness. Your lucky days will be April 5th, 6th, and 10th. Your lucky numbers are 1, 10, and 12. If you're a Taurus, that's April 20th through May 20th. On the 5th, do a deep dive into a horizon broadening experience, like a trip. Trust your intuition to inform the best game plan, then step into the spotlight on a project. Come the 7th, collaborators will applaud your approach. Your lucky days, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your lucky numbers, 2, 9, and 10. If you're a Gemini, that's May 21st through June 20th. Assert your desires on the 6th. It could lead to a stimulating conversation with a loved one. If you're suffering from a low energy on the 9th, channel your emotions into an artistic pastime. Using your creativity feels comforting now. Your lucky days, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your lucky numbers, 5, 9, and 18. If you're a Cancer, that's June 21st through July 22nd. You'll be feeling especially sensitive on the 7th. Talk it out with a loved one. It'll boost your bond. On the 8th, you may feel frustrated trying to turn a wish into reality. Just breathe and go slow. Results are on the way. Your lucky days, April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your lucky numbers, 3, 8, and 12. If you're a sexy Leo like the Bombshell, that's August 3rd. Just saying. But the Leo dates are July 23rd through August 22nd. On the 4th, work with friends towards a shared goal. It'll be sure to elevate your joy. Around the 9th, it may be hard to nail down the details of a group project. Focus on the creative aspect of your job until you gain clarity. Your lucky days, April 6th, 7th, and 10th. Your lucky numbers, 7, 11, and 16. Virgo, that's August 23rd, through September 22nd. You're going to feel a need to express yourself on the 5th. Talking your emotions through with your nearest and dearest can make for greater self-awareness. Then dive into a new wellness plan on the 7th. A steady approach makes for great results. Your lucky days, April 7th, 8th, and 10th. Your lucky numbers, 5, 6, and 8. If you're a Libra, that's September 23rd through October 22nd. Simmering tension with a loved one arises on the 4th. Address it directly. It will help you get on the same page. Around the 6th, you'll be feeling extra confident. Pouring this energy into a hobby brings true satisfaction. Your lucky days, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your lucky numbers, 4, 5, and 14. If you're a Scorpio, that's October 23rd through November 21st. You have an emotional conversation with a loved one on the 6th. It'll transform that bond. Then it could feel tough to understand a friend's needs on the 9th. But take some solo time to reflect before attempting to reconnect. Your lucky days, April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your lucky numbers, 4, 5, and 8. If you're a Sagittarius, that's November 22nd through December 21st. Tackle a goal alongside a colleague on the 8th. Your confidence moves the ball forward in an exciting way. On the 9th, you may feel like putting your imagination to use on a home project. Let yourself play and have fun for the win. Your lucky days, April 6th, 9th, and 10th. Your lucky numbers, 3, 5, and 12. If you're a Capricorn, that's December 22nd through January 19th. You'll feel swept into the memories on the 5th. Lean on your favorite self-care practice like deep breathing to ground yourself. On the 8th, tweak your routine to bolster your money-making plan. Even subtle moves can be significant. Your lucky days will be April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your lucky numbers will be 2, 6, and 11. If you're an Aquarius, that's January 20th through February 18th. On the 6th, hit pause to enjoy a lighthearted activity. Expressing your desires feels enlivening. Come the 9th, you're going to reflect on your money goals. Once you have a vision, research your leads down to a fruitful path. Your lucky days, April 6th, 7th, and 9th. Your lucky numbers, 2, 4, and 5. If you're a Pisces, that's February 19th through March 20th. You're going to be feeling extra hopeful about the future on the 4th. Write down your dreams and they'll come true. Then on the 7th, you're going to channel your emotions into an artistic project. Your imagination is on fire and you're at your own disposal now. Your lucky days, April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your lucky numbers, 2, 3, and 12. We're moving right on through. I did not read any of the recipes because I want you to pick up this amazing book and check out the recipes for yourself. Me, they seem a little bit complicated, and I'm more like A to B, B to C, and I'm done. I don't like complicated recipes. You deserve good things. Life is a buffet with so many wonderful choices. Of course, you can savor the tried and true staples and your all-time favorites, but why not sample all of the offerings on the table? Why not try something new? A little of this, a little of that. Dig in and fill your plate. Happiness is always on the menu in so many ways. Okay. Whew. We've got love and laughter on the menu. They have this precious little baby named Lincoln, and it says feeling extra special. They put him in a box full of plastic eggs, and he's got little bunny ears on his head. He's 8 months old, submitted by Great Aunt Lori from Geist, PA. They have this beautiful little girl in a green, looks like Easter dress on a blue blanket, holding a baby chick, or baby duck, excuse me. It says, "You quack me up." Charlotte is 2.5, submitted by grandmother Sonia Phillips from Ontario. There is a woman, it looks like, with a frying pan and a spatula, with a little boy and a plate and a fork. It says, "I still say chocolate Easter eggs would make the best omelets." We've got an Easter bunny surrounded, looks like, by the peep, like the little peep, marshmallow peeps, and there is a turtle looking disapprovingly at the peeps. It says, "Have you met all my peeps?" the Easter bunny asked the turtle. And we have this handsome little 5-month-old little baby. His name is Jonathan, submitted by Mother Deborah Sims from Virginia. It says, "Did someone say candy?" The quote says, "Easter spells out beauty, the rare beauty of new life." S.D. Gordon. We have two sisters that look adoringly at each other. It says, "Hanging with my best chick," and they both look like they have their Easter dresses on with little bows in their hair. Juliana and Lizzie, 15 months and 3, submitted by grandmother Fran Miller from Pennsylvania. Then we have a handsome dog. He's got a bandana with Easter eggs around himself. It looks like he's a Labrador. The Easter egg basket is dumped over, and several Easter eggs is around his feet. It says, "Let's Get Crackin'," submitted by Natalie Funderall from North Carolina. What a wonderful book to pick up and see all the joys and happiness and ways that you can be inspiring and helping others. I hope that's what you do when you pick up Woman's World April 5th, 2021 edition. Now, with that being said, this is the final video for the night. Everybody's been asking me, "Hey, why didn't you do videos after your workout last night?" I got so tired. I did a whole hour of cardio at my old age of 43. Somebody give me a walker. Anyway, I gotta tell you, I was exhausted, and I just sat down, and it was like, that's all I did after that. I am going to work out tonight, probably not for a whole hour, but I've got to do my weights and keep up with a little bit of the cardio, so I can keep feeling like I'm making a difference and making a dent in my PCOS and how I feel, which is very important. Because there's so many negatives with PCOS, so I got to keep myself going towards the positive end of working out and wanting to be a better me, if you will. So, with that being said, I hope you're keeping your 3 feet of social distance. You're washing your hands. When you can't wash your hands, use that hand sanitizer. And just remember, even if you've had your shot, you still must wear your mask. Okay? And it's really not that much to ask. I want you all happy, healthy, and safe. Make sure that there's faith, joy, and hope and happiness in your life, love in your heart. And remember, it's better to give than to receive. And the greatest gift you can ever get is a thank you. And when somebody says, "How can I pay you back?" say, "That thank you was all I needed." Never accept a form of payment. And with that being said, I hope there's prosperity in your heart and in your bank. God bless each and every one of you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. God bless.